today I'm going to tell you something that my therapist had me do that impacted my life in the most positive way. And I hope that this will impact you in that positive way as well too. Fair warning, it is going to open some things. I did say that this is what my therapist had me do. What I'm about to tell you is going to make you realize why you can't be consistent, why you keep finding yourself in the same position over and over again, why you can't become the person that you know that you deserve to become, why you don't have the things that you have been working so hard to be able to get. Because it's not about you having to work harder. It's not even about you working smarter. There's a lot of pain, there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of past experiences that you've been carrying into your adult life. And once you start understanding that, you'll realize that there's some things that you just need to let go and you need to release, or else you're going to stay in the same exact place over and over again. So she asked me to get a piece of paper, which I hope that you can do as well too. Grab a piece of paper, grab a notebook and a pen, and write down everything that is stressing you out right now. As much as it comes to mind, maybe this might take you 5-10 minutes to do. Write down all the things that are stressing you out or that feels heavy on your heart right now. It can be physical things, it could be mental things, it could be relationships, it could be friendships, anything that comes to mind. What is stressing you out right now? Then I want you to rate it from 1 to 5. Once you finish doing that, I want you to grab the biggest bag that you possibly have and then go into your kitchen. And I want you to grab as many cans, bottles, things that cannot open up very easily. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at that list that you rated 1 to 5. If you rated something a 5, you're going to grab 5 cans and put those 5 cans into a bag. If you rated something a 1, you're going to grab 1 can and put it into the bag. And you're going to fill that bag with as many cans as your list has. You'll probably start to realize that bag is starting to get a little heavy. This is where I started cueing into what she was doing and what she was having me do. And then I started realizing that I was running out of space with all these cans and all these bottles. And as soon as I finished, she's just like, wow, it's a pretty large bag, isn't it? And I looked at it, I'm like, it's pretty packed. Then she asked me to lift it up. You might have your bag on a chair or on the ground. You might have it on a desk. But if you're doing this along with what I'm saying and you've paused it, lift the bag up. That's what she told me to do. Lift it up. And she had me hold it for a good couple of minutes. She's like, it's getting pretty heavy, isn't it? I'm like, yeah, it is getting pretty heavy. And obviously, humor is a coping mechanism. So I'm just over here like, and you know what she told me? She's like, this is what you've been carrying, but you've forgotten about all these things because you've just been continuing to allow life to flow. You've been wondering why you're struggling with certain things, why things feel heavy. It's because you've been holding on to all of this and you haven't even listed out all of your stressors. It's just what came to mind in the first 5 minutes of what we've been doing with this exercise. And then, you know what she asked me to do? No, she didn't ask me. You know what she told me to do? She told me that for the next week, I am carrying my baggage everywhere. And you know what ended up happening? That bag was too heavy to hold. I couldn't carry it. It was a big backpack, by the way, but I couldn't close it properly. There was not enough space to hold everything that was inside. So I had to get something bigger. I went into my closet and grabbed a suitcase. So I'm on the ground trying to transfer all these cans into a suitcase. And you know what ended up happening? I started bawling my eyes out because I made the realization I have so much baggage that I needed something bigger to be able to carry it. I remember that cry, and that was one of the screaming cries. I'm starting to feel it even a little bit in my body right now. It was one of those, oh, I knew I needed to cry, but I didn't know I needed to cry that much. And so I put everything into the suitcase. And this was the winter, by the way. This was not the summer when she had me do this. So I took that suitcase everywhere. I was going through the snow. I live in Canada, by the way. So the snow gets a little serious in the winter time. I was literally heaving it over these snow piles whenever, Toronto sometimes isn't prepared for very huge snowstorms sometimes. And so I remember I had to go to this grocery store and it had steps to get up to it. So I'm like bringing up my suitcase up these steps, and this person opens the door and she's like, oh, are you traveling? And I'm like, no, this is my baggage. My therapist has me carrying this everywhere I go. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, this is what she did and this is what I experienced and this is what I've realized. And she's like, does your therapist have any spots available? And I'm like, no, I had to beg her. You have no idea how many emails I send her every single week saying, hey, are you taking any new clients? When I found her, I'm like, you are my therapist. She's literally the Beyonce of therapists. So you know what I also did? I brought my baggage to my baggage. At the time, I had an interest in somebody that was not serving me by any means. So I went to his house and he's like, why do you have your suitcase? And I'm like, this is my baggage and you're actually in here. And he's just like, oh, literally did not care. Obviously the reason why he was in the bag Which is so crazy to think back on that. Like, he actually did not care to unpack it. These metaphors and analogies are so crazy because it's so accurate. It makes so much sense. The man did really not care to unpack it. I'm just really taking in this moment right now. That happened. I literally showed him the suitcase and he was just like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, how much we've grown. And that's what I did for the whole entire week. I carried that suitcase around everywhere. And I reported into my therapist just saying like, this is how I'm feeling. This is what's going on. And what she made me do was one of the things that changed my life, changed the way I view things, and made me realize I don't want to hold on to these stuff. I have so much ahead of me, so much goals, so much intentions, so much space now that I've been able to realize what's been holding me back, what I've been forcing myself to hold on to. I don't need it, and you don't need it either. So I hope this story helped you in some way or impacted you in some way, because it was rough. Doing that was not easy. But as soon as I was able to let go of those things, life became easier. And it really set the foundation for what was to come next and allowing things to come next. But yeah, if you ever wondered why you can't stay consistent, it's because you've been literally carrying around so much baggage that you forgot about. But yeah, please let me know if this helped you in any certain way, because I know it impacted me in the most positive, life-shifting way. And you deserve to let go of all the things that are holding you back, all the limiting beliefs, because just imagine what's there on its way to you that you might not have the space for because you've been holding up all this stuff. So yeah, if you like this video, let me know and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.